Today's episode of the Just Keep Swimming podcast is brought to you by Audible. Audible is an online audiobook and podcast service offering over 10,000 books and the ability to listen to your favorite podcasts, including the Just Keep Swimming podcast. I personally use Audible all the time and suggest you take a listen to Intentional Living by John C. Maxwell. In this book, Mr. Maxwell shares his story on how he was able to live a noble and purposeful life and gives you tips and tricks so you can do the same. So please start your 30-day free trial now at www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast, all lowercase. Again, that is www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast. And if you have any more questions or concerns for the Just Keep Swimming podcast, you're always welcome to reach out to us on Facebook or at Instagram at Just Keep Swimming _podcast, or you can email us at jkspodcast702@gmail.com. And with that out the way, let's dive into it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the Just Keep Swimming podcast. This is your friend, your boy, your host, Mr. Adrian Jackson, and we back at it again with another great episode for you. And you already know who I got with me, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. 1-3, playing one of those amazing beats in the background once again for you guys. Hope you guys make sure to check out his accounts and check out his pages because he's always dropping new fire for the city. Definitely with him learning the bass guitar, I'm so excited to see what he has coming our way in the future. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, so today I just had a short episode for you, and I just want to call this episode Act of Kindness. And so recently this week I kind of just had some cool interactions in life with some pretty cool people just randomly. And, I kind of found that me being kind to these people kind of went a long way, one for myself and one for them, because I was able to help them out. And I was just thinking that, a lot of us in the world, we're just too selfish and we're too self-centered and we're too focused on what we have going on with life to, take a step back and realize that, one of your fellow humans that's walking right next to you may need some assistance in some way, shape, or form. And it's probably something that we can possibly offer to them without having to, sacrifice much on our end. And I believe that, sometimes we have to really just step out and start to see that, I can be kind to this person and it not mess me up, not affect me, and it could really help this person with their day, And I feel that that's something that we need to do in the world. We need to be more, I'm not sure if this is the correct word, but I want to say charitable to our fellow human beings that, we walk this earth with. We can't keep being so self-centered and stingy with our time, with our efforts, with our energy. And sometimes we need to truly just give back and help out others. And, of course, only give back to the point of what you can offer. But I'm pretty sure that what you have right now, somebody can use and needs, and, would be very, very appreciative of. And I'm just going to share some small examples of what I was talking about definitely as my week went on. So, the first one was I was out there on flag football and we were done for the day. So we started cleaning up the field. And then out of nowhere, some boy came running up to us asking if we had water. And, he's not on any of the teams. He's not a part of the program. He was just looked like he was taking some laps with his parents. And, long story short, he came running over and he was like, "Hey, do you guys have some water?" And I was like, "Yes, I got you. I got some water right here." And then he was like, "It's not open, right?" And I'm like, "No, it's not open." "Are you sure?" "I'm kind of skeptical taking water from strangers." And I was like, "No, I understand. I truly do. You're smart for that. But I promise you it's not open. It's brand new water. I've been here with kids all day. This is like my last water that I didn't drink. So you're welcome to have it." And then he was, "Okay, thank you. Thank you." And he took it and ran off. And then I was like, where's his family at, right? So then as he was running off, I was like, "Yo, where's the people at?" And he was like, "Oh, they're over there." I was like, "Okay, cool. So he's not here by himself," because that's the main thing I'm always worried about. I don't want kids out there by themselves, definitely in this field at 10 o'clock at night. So, we're still finished packing up. And then his family comes walking like the path and it leads to us, and his dad was like, oh man, thank you so much for that water. His sister was just really thirsty, and he was just being a good brother and trying to find some water for his sister. And I was like, I salute him. He was very respectful, nice. You raising him right. So yes, I'm so glad I got to help you guys. It felt good. And me walking away from the interaction just left a smile on my face, and that smile just made me feel like I'm so happy I always bring extra waters, because you never know who may need it. It'll be selfish of me just to bring enough water just for myself. And it's always good to have extra, because sometimes the players don't have water. Sometimes some of my refs, they run out of water, so it's like it's always good to have extra and be able to help out and just pass something off. A bottle of water that costs 25 cents to me, it probably meant the world to that little boy right now and his sister and his family. So that was something good I felt. Another experience I had the other day, I went to the smoke shop to go get me some Swishers, and while I was in there was a guy in there. You can tell he was like taking a bus. He has his backpack and everything. He's trying to get everything together. He moves to the side for me so I can get what I need. And then I go back in my car, and then I see him walk out the store, and then he's running toward the bus stop trying to catch the bus, but the bus left him. And then you saw him hit that walk of like, damn, now what? Like, guess I got to start hot-footing it. And, I don't suggest this to everybody, because, everybody may not be as comfortable, with their safety in their cars like I am. But something told me, it's like, yo, bro, just ask this man if he need a ride real quick. I'm sure he's not going far. Like, he's chasing a bus that's headed towards your house. So he's probably going the same direction as you with everything. Just ask him real quick. So, something told me just ask him. So I asked him for a ride, and, super cool guy. I gave him a ride home. He was literally like 2 blocks from my house. So it wasn't like I had to go down the street, up the freeway, around the corner or nothing like that. It was literally just a straight shot. I had some cool, quick life conversation about, relationships in the world we're in right now. And then, dropped them off, and I met somebody new, dude named Danny. And it was just like, oh, wow. I'm glad I was able to, bless this dude today with a ride. It was nothing super big. It didn't cost me a thing. Like, okay, it cost me a few ounces in gas, but at the end of the day, I felt that sacrifice was worth it, because I was able to get this man a ride, and he didn't have to walk home or wait for the next bus in, 100-degree weather, because it's Las Vegas. It's hot out here. Nobody wants to be out here like that, and at the same time, I'm praying that me offering that little help is going to be good karma to come back toward me. Like, God blessed me with everything that he gave me, and it'll be selfish of me to hold my blessings to myself and not give it out to the world. It'll be selfish of me to read all these books and learn all this knowledge and not share it with you guys. So that's why I do the podcast, because it's like, this is my little act of kindness that I can give to the world. So act of kindness, and it can be super small. Just now I went to Capriati's because I get my teeth pulled out this weekend, get my wisdom teeth pulled out, and I was like, I need a good last meal before I can't eat no more for a week. So I went to Capriati's, and I'm listening to the lady talk, and I'm just listening to her talk. I'm like, she's not from here. And something just told me to ask her, like, yo, where are you from? And so I just asked her, hey, ma'am, where are you from? And she's like, where you guess what I'm from? And I was like, okay, well, your accent sounds familiar to me. So I'm going to say you're originally from New York, or, you grew up in New York, but you're probably originally from Dominican Republic or Panamania, because, that's where Jessica's from. And she was like, oh, wow, yeah, I'm from Dominican Republic and Haiti. And I was like, oh, well, boom, makes sense. I can hear the accent. And she just laughed a little bit and giggled. And, as I was walking out of her, so I talked to her coworker, everybody's always wondering where I'm from. It's so cool. And, it's kind of like that little interaction, that little conversation I had with her just made her day go a little smoother, like made the end of her shift, just give her something to talk about, give her something to smile about, just made her feel a little bit better. And for all I know, it probably didn't do much, but for me, it made me feel good, because it's like, I asked a question, I shared a smile, I shared a joke, and it made this person smile and feel good. And just making other person smile can just really change the world. Like, I feel that we really truly need to start sharing more smiles in the world. So yeah, that's my suggestion for you guys. Let's try to just have a little more active kindnesses in the world, you know, like you don't have to go as big as me. Like you said, I know some people don't feel comfortable having other people they don't know in their car, you know, but maybe it's just something as simple as, you know, you see the person walking to the door and you just hold the door open. If you got to stand there for 30 seconds as they walk across the street, you know, just hold the door open or, you know, slide your basket to the right and apologize for being in the way, you know, like just some little things like that. It's like a lot of times people say, oh, no worries, it's not a big deal, but at the same time it just shows that, oh wow, this person is human and realizing what they're doing, you know. Call that friend, you know, just ask them, hey, I'll just make sure you okay, bro. Is there anything you want to get off your chest? I'm an ear, I got some time. If you want to talk, we can listen, you know, like maybe it's nothing wrong with them, but at the same time, you never know what asking somebody, hey, is everything okay? Is there something you want to talk about? Get off your chest, because you might just open the door for them to be like, man, I've been wanting to vent about this for a while, but I didn't know who to share it with, and boom, I appreciate you, man. Let me share this with you and get this out of my mind and learn something new, you know. Like I think that right there is just little acts like that can go such a long way, you know. It's such a long way. It shows people you appreciate them, you hear them, you love them, and you know you're human too, you know. And I think that, you know, it's like paying it forward, because once you start doing that, it's gonna make other people start doing it. And then, so, you know, now we have a whole, you know, community of people who are just showing love and giving love back to each other without even asking for it or expecting anything in return. You know, it takes a community, it takes a village to raise a community or something like that. But you know, I always think about my family. And, you know, we never really told each other we loved each other when we was younger, but now it's to the point where anytime we separate from each other, we always tell each other we love each other. We got the kids doing it, and now it's just passing down the line. And now it's like, oh, this is our new family norm, to let our family know that they're loved in this family. And those little acts are needed, you know, like that little act is needed. One time my brother was going through it, and, you know, I didn't have nothing to offer him, but shoot, I can walk the park with you, bro, and just listen to you vent and just let you air out, you know. And that little act of kindness probably meant a lot for him, because he felt heard and felt loved and felt appreciated. And like I said, it didn't take nothing from me. Shoot, it gave me a little workout, because I got to take some steps and I got to learn more about my brother, you know. So yeah, I hope that makes sense for you guys. You know, I hope you guys absorb that message and understand where I'm coming from with this. And, you know, like I said, I challenge you guys to try to have a little kindness in your world, you know, have a little kindness in your heart, you know. Drive around and think about, like, you know, who can I help right now? Like, who is somebody I can possibly help, or what is something I can possibly do to make somebody's day just a little bit better, you know, just a little bit better, just even just this little spark, you know, that little 1% can go a long way. Excuse me. But yeah, so yeah, that's just my challenge for you guys. That's my message for this week. Pray for me. By the time you guys hear this, I will have my wisdom teeth out my mouth, and I'll be nice and drugged up and bleeding all through my gums. So we'll see what happens. But everything's gonna be okay. My dad is nice enough to give a little act of kindness for me and take me over there and pick me up and bring me home. So I'm not even too worried about that. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys had a wonderful day, a marvelous afternoon, a splendid evening, and you already know, just keep swimming. 3 words, baby. Just keep swimming.